ဒီနေ့ဒီတရားပွဲကို online တရားပွဲကိုတကယ်ဥတန်းစင်ဒီမိုက်တော်ဝင်းမော်တော့အမောဘူးတာသမီဖြစ်သူမကြီးချောမေနဲ့မောင်ကျော်ခမ်းမော်တို့မွေးနေ့ကိုအချောင်းပြူပြီးတော့ဒီတရားပွဲကိုကျင်းပတာပဲဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဒီနေ့ဒီတရားပွဲတဲ့ဘုံရွေးချယ်ထားတဲ့ခေါင်းစီကတော့ဗုဒ္ဓမြတ်စွာဘုရားကလူတိုင်းကိုပျော်ရွှင်စေခြင်းနဲ့ဒီခေါင်းစီလေးဗုဒ္ဓမြတ်စွာဘုရားကလူတိုင်းကိုပျော်ရွှင်စေခြင်းနဲ့ The Buddha wants everyone to be happy ဒါဒီခေါင်းစီလေးပါလူရဲ့လို့မွေးလာပြီဆိုရင်အသက်ရှူတာပေါ့လူတွေရဲ့ထုတ်ထမ်းစင်လာတိုင်းလူဘဝကိုဖြတ်တန်းရတယ်စားတော့ရတယ်ဒီခန္ဓာဒီရုပ်ခန္ဓာကိုဒီ body ကိုစောင့်ရှောက်ရတယ်အဲ့ဒါတည်းမကဘူးနောက်တစ်ခုကလူလုတ်တတ်အောင် to be a full human being လူလုတ်တတ်အောင်အဲ့ဟာလဲကြိုးစားကြတယ်အဲ့ဒီအတွက်ဘယ်လောက်တော့အချိန်ယူရတော့ဆိုတော့အသက်20ကျော်သည်ထိတချို့နိုင်ငံတွေမှာဆိုရင်အသက်22နှစ်ပေါ့တကယ်လို့ undergrad လောက်ပဲယူမယ်ဆိုရင်ဥပမာအင်္ဂလန်မှာဆိုရင်22နှစ်လောက်ပေါ့ဆရာဝန်တို့တခြား line တွေနည်းနည်းပို့ပြီးတော့ကျောင်းတက်ရတဲ့ line တွေဆို22နှစ်မကဘူး23နှစ်24နှစ်အဲ့လောက်ထိကြာမှအဲ့လောက်ချမ်းမှချောင်းပြီးတယ်ချောင်းပြီးတော့ဒါ theoretical knowledge ပဲရှိသေးတယ် practical knowledge လက်တွေ့လုပ်ငန်းတွေလက်တွေ့ကိုယ့်ရဲ့ profession လက်တွေ့ယူဖို့အတွက်လိုသေးတယ်အဲ့ဒါကြောင့်အလုပ်ခေါ်တဲ့သတင်းစာကျင်းရတဲ့မှာ job advertisement တွေထဲမှာအတွေ့အကြုံ9နှစ်ရှိရမယ်3နှစ်ရှိရမယ်အဲ့လိုမျိုးတွေပြောကြတယ်ဆိုလိုတာကလူတစ်လုံးသူတစ်လုံးဖြစ်ဖို့အတွက်အချိန်ယူဘဝရဲ့3ပုံ1ပုံလောက်ယူရတတ်ပါတယ်85နှစ်နေရတယ်ဆိုရင်25နှစ်လောက်ကစာပဲသင်နေရတယ်ကျောင်းပဲတက်နေရတယ်တချို့ဆိုမကပါဘူးတချို့ဆိုမကဘူးဘုံဆိုအသက်39နှစ်ကျမှ Oxford University ကနေပြီးတော့ PhD ရတယ်အဲ့ကြားမှာအလုပ်တာလည်းရှိတာပေါ့လူစကားနဲ့ပြောရင်တော့ဘုရင်စကားနဲ့ပြောရင်တော့စာချတယ်သာသနာပြုလုပ်ငန်းတွေလုပ်တယ်အဲ့ဒါမျိုးပေါ့9နှစ်လောက်လုပ်တယ်ဆိုလိုတာကအဲ့သာသနာပြုတဲ့လုပ်ငန်းကိုနှုတ်လိုက်ရင်စာတင်တာကအသက်30အထိပဲအသက်30အထိဆိုတော့လူလောကကြီးထဲမှာသူများတွေလက်ခံအောင်လူတစ်လုံးသူတစ်လုံးဖြစ်အောင်လုပ်ရတဲ့ဟာဒီဟာကြီးကတော်အချိန်ပေးရပါတယ်ဒီလိုအချိန်ပေးရတဲ့အခါမှာတခါဘုံမလို့ကလမ်းလျှောက်နဲ့လမ်းပြောက်တာရှိတယ်လမ်းလျှောက်နဲ့လမ်းပြောက်တယ်ဆိုတော့ဘယ်မှာလမ်းပြောက်သွားတော့ဆိုကိုယ့်ရဲ့ emotion ကိုကမသိတဲ့ခါကျတော့ပတ်ဝန်းကျင်ကို react လုပ်ရင်းနဲ့ repeated reaction emotional reaction အဲ့ဒီအရာတွေ react လုပ်ရင်းနဲ့နောက်ပိုင်းကျတော့အဲ့ဒီ reaction တွေကဘာဖြစ်သွားတော့ဆိုsubconscious habit ဖြစ်သွားတယ်အကျင့်ပါသွားတယ်ပေါ့အကျင့်တစ်ခုပါသွားတယ် The chose yin, Jiao say, ya la de, Jiao say a jimpa. The chojaro, Jiao say mhobu. The chojaro, toda. No? Irritation, anger, the chojaro, negative emotion. Lewd angle, negative emotion achieve, but do you know, very distrustful. Now, distrusted. Elopjana. Elopjete pokua. Lu loga item. Lu delong to the long pianso below. O Sade, Josade, Pina de Tate, Tabime. Yoshimu Yahu. Line showing, line job. English Lupio, you know, we get lost. We get lost on the way. Lamb home, lamb job. Eratam, Bodam Yaso Piaka. Oh, Pago Atika Tabito Timbito, Bodam Yaso Piaka. Go ye seko, go piambito chitapo. Go ye seko, go piambito. Regulate low tapo. Regulation low tapo. Manage low tapo. Diao, Bodam Yaso Piaka, Timbi. Now, the heart of the Buddhist teaching is mind training, to train our mind. Unless we get to this point, we don't get to the heart of the Buddhist teaching. Buddha Tayar approach loader kama. Do Myasuka, South Saint approach loader. Ta Buddha Tayar mam hopu, Buddha Bada Mamho. Judaism, Christianity, Islam. Now Hinduism, Tipada Rio Kukwera, Pomonua. At Hema, Chauseshi, Kukwere Sukriako, Kukwea, Laishara. The Chauseku. Deep Chao Seko, and 9 you now. Okay. I did Chao Seko, and 9 you are, and 9 you now, Loteniama, the Choka. Faith base. Yong Jimu the Ku Heo. Who's happy? Yong Jimu the Ku. Piambiro, reasoning load at Pian Tweakora, Piambiro, Maniana, Aramurio, Aramurio, Tibiro. There's no role for reasoning. Buddha Myasam Pianzaro. Or some patching a poco reference Pilani. Mizima Nike Sore. Mizima Nike Sore. Collection Hema. Buddha Myasam Pia, canonical textbook. Adam Whitman the God. Out answer, women the Gasuraka, Susan Sinjim, reasoning low power, look pure. Analyze low power, look pure. Oda Myasa Piaga, Goku let Piambir analyze low kind. To pure statement, to horror tiar, at all Piambir, analyze low kind. Yusunitari, to Eka, to Pagoda, more than Detico, Aka, Liko. Tandetico, English. You got to see it yourself. You got to see it for yourself. Who are good? Niame. To Nyamianeha, go to Mapao. Go to Mapao. Say Chana Musuraka, a meane vido, Tadmi Ubina, and we Mohopu. Tadmi say Chana, a mega. A Chow Yari condition the low pain. Low pain. Time Mibaka, low paid land, low paid time. Tatmika Tempo Tabido to go through Kone, I language shout a Kachama. He langa through lamshit on it. Deep Yoshimuka drop Yoshimuka. Sarah Jitaba. in the Nangama, trained on that, Vienna Saroji, Odabada Saroi de Papa, the best gift that a parent can give to children, to his children, her children, is their happiness. Their happiness, Surahaka. Mibaka, Tazmigo, Council Pain and Muga, Troya Joshimu, Troya Joshimus, Sikalongo, Nene, Sansitia, Troya Joshimus, or Cope Joshimum Hobulu Joshi. Mibari, the Karaka Koet, Adamigo, Joshin Sijin. Tami Joshin Sijin and Yama. Tadamidi, a jam. Masenzami Pene. Koya says Handa, go a low dine, the Kuta over you beat up, pure. Go pure. And the Troye, Joshimu, Droya happiness, Mahopene, Koya happiness. We are trying to impose our happiness on them. Pomoa sa pata jaite so matima Saudi. Saudi pata jaite. Sao pata majaite ludiao go pomoa sa au papo de taitun nine. Taitun thing. Below sa pata kama below Josie Banyaz. Erihago, Jordan. Tabime, Samapai Samapai, a pomolodo, the Gama Bureau. Samapai, Belunyalo Chides with a judgment of object you. A Tabido Kay show chat. Adam Yujaro, Pomoa, Koye, Watanaho, two Boma, Tabiro, impose lotelu, Tabiro, attain Adama. Lay down a go. Peter you, Chin. At a time, go Louis changing bono, Luloga item. Bioshin Poso Rehaka. Mi bani, Tazmi, Bioshin, Sitchina, yo. Now, Peter, Tazmi and Ebro, mi ba Bioshin, Sitchina, yo. The child, the pet year, perspective, the child, the pet year. The attitude, 2-year level, Edihario. Tetra, Soluraka, Yoshimusuraka, the Taluye, Aneta, Droye, Dre emotion, Edihario, Temetra Bene, the Rogo Pioshin Seaporter came at it, Como Piochin. Luya went on loaded Yama, Pomono. Choose a letter, choose either somewhere, I'll meet Padel and now in Tumbi. Madim ya on Pelu, Town count one and take the count one and out. Aramiri Tuna one. A Tuna Yama, the Karakacharo. Oh, peer pressure don't Tuna. Tumyan Leka out. Lu Logaga, go Mizasu Leka, what Dona Mirishi. Hello, Dona Cancer. Mibaka, or Tadmidi, or him a yango. Over involved it. No, a yango power in the The church are they mo power. They mo power. A yango way on a lela lens midway shana and put take came by. Take came. Dear is shana and put put up yours up here. 2 year teaching 2 year tiaro, midway look call. Mizima Bruda, midway. I midway go. Making ship alu like call. So ranga the lela lens or go, this how Miba Nibiro, Tadmi, this how Philip Meow. Now, Tine, Maji Chomero, Mount Jokam Horo, a more booty 20 days with me. Only to a certain extent that you can share happiness. The rest, you actually have to build up the condition within yourself so that you become happy. that you have your own resilience. Dear Ochibi, Buddha Myaso Piaka, Yonjimu, the cool hell way, Dampo Taramo, Yonjimu Gumujipel, no. I chose a Lu Myasu ye, the condition pinning, through a situation pinning. That's the level they are in. Tam area nebido Buddha Myaso Pia, Ludigo sweating her, come a bandatico, quote me. You got to see it for yourself. Quote me. Yonimagao, Ehi Badi Gosuraga, come and see it. Come and see. Labiro Jiba, Labiro led with Santa. Buddha Myaso Piaga, Ludango, pay core. No, saying Koram ho, pay core. Ludango, pay core. The Buddha invites everyone to test it, to test what he said, to experiment it. Only experiential knowledge is appreciated. Go do opinion, go do boy chicken opinion be. Buddha Tayar lead her. It is a gago patipati locore. Variety soraka theory, patipatis or a theory will let it. Santa Bido, Yashi Lade, Twitch. Hello Yashi P. Hello Santa P. Yashi Lade, Pyoshimu. Eddie Pyoshimuku, Bati Wida, Lucore. Results, Bati Wida. Eddie Bati Wida, a sense simple, no? A sense in she. The Chojaro cannot live Pyoshine. Through here, in the condition, fine training, say. Leche mood, yeah, low direct Jaro, Pyoshimuka, cannot live. The Chojaro, resilient book on it. Seta Jankan, Umyare. English great, certainly. Great, Soreha. GRIT, great. Satan Jankan, Ubiro Crown. Oda Nyazavia, Timbidaka, Dihario Timbida, Diga Timbida. A ma, Koya a ma. Piazza and Shime, Sinuro Shime. Dihar here, Kogo. The 3 people. Go 3 people. Oda Myaso Piaka, Nago Labido. She copa, Mopio. Oda Myaso Pia, a mere and Puraga. Don't be forgetful. Be mindful. Be mindful. Upper Marty, not somebody else. Be mindful. Pyoshin Sageness, ye. Sare Kamalebe. Right attitude here, me. Mangane. The border means here, me. Now, people, Sunny Reche, my people are emotional reaction. Eddie had to go catch up load now. Regulate load now. Solo like a self awareness here. Do Timbera, Bodamia, do Timbera. The gay hola, Mahola. Did I my own gene? Bodamia Sophia. Did I my own gene? A patico, let with Santa Chipa. Let with the Marco, Bodamia Sophia. Oh, Bido, a later. Tajamolo. Tamabra Palido, Tiniama Paso Ransoro. Sentence, the Wejari. Buddha Soma, Wejari, the sentences, the town of Tileve. Sentence the Kuma, applying Lomajivu. Test Lomajivu. Experiment Malobuzu. Now, Tayar, one sentence by the Dame any sentence go do her. Applying load. Any one sentence by the Lugan. The Waja by the Lua. Obiro Tambo Shibare. Soruraga. Experiential knowledge go Bodaka. Adigata. Hello, Adigata. Hello, Tika Tayar, Boda Myazavia, Pomonogo, Paycore, Sanjiva, the science of meditation, how to change your brain, mind, and body. Emotional intelligence go yede. Daniel Coleman, Harvard psychology, Katika Haumbo, no? Now, Professor Richard Davidson, to lab Harvard Wisconsin University, neuropsychology, specialized loneliness. Droga, Janda Boaro, PhD Janda Boaro. India ma Buddha Bata Tia Twatai. Yet couldn't say Jari. Town Koya couldn't say Zoro, Myanmar Piu Lapo take a chamber. Visa Demulu. Visa Demulu. Go up or Tola Ekansi Kisseroli. Visa Mulu. Yaman and I lebe, Bosco Yabu Mulu, Nanja Twabum. Eddie Chaman, Tila Mesa. Yaman Piani bit all. Tayar time be India would Pianware. Munin Rajis would have India throws in GTA, Mazis are yet to bed. Now take how own tea time, say going there. And say I ubagins it my Tayar time be the Pianware. Oh, Pongo, oh, Chaucer don't Chaucer Lilapma. And out aim it all. Machakin for no. India and that joke. Oh, Pian beat all. Ninto dating. Yama people are say going on a part. Agement what Yabiasia, pinning. And it's India and Tiabiasia, meditation teachers, Niausima. The Harvard University psychology PhD, John Danielka. Says I can Kunaji. Set that time. Kunaji. Let me send that. And now I am a child of the scientific discovery, Michigan Waro, faith based. Yonjimu, Digatari. Now, Korean Padamata, Yonjimu Digata. They bumped in Tonga ladder, Nepal, Doyat or Liala, Echen Sabiro. They bumped in Yaka. When Larakataro, Yonjimu to cool help, Lekandare, a digatare, Okuri, Upma, Koreans are already born, Koreans are a pian out. Also take to Koreans and Pom here, Koreans are already a T-Town Tara. Nepal here, through T-Town Tara. T-Town boat, Queen Pere Boko, Boya Mindi. England and yet Promaso, take the T-Town, also take the Siadele a colo, Pono Edigibe. Tina Lebe, that my Johnson a Bible. Now be the Tama Johnson about chicken and philosophy. Now be the grammar. Mathematics, she. I legal dinner. Depend being a Tungala Catcher, depend being another clash pit up. Obdiba captured. Loga, Loga, a blue pillar. Or depend being a guy, Piatica, Pansines or Mionji. Hello, Mionji there, Bokuri. Mionji de Bokuri, so by ma, near Mayao. Yonji Mugo be Uza Bede. Koreans heroidi also needed. They went in a Tonga Lalo, drew debated Lojali, Yankonjan. Yankonjan. Yankondania, a Drake on a better than Yankonania, my yo. Now bit of the running of the church in Catholic kind of ego. Ocho bon ocho ni. Ai hao le trua. Nhân khôn jare. Nhân khôn ne kham tu mya ne atwe myin ma tu bu atwe myin thit shi de athit shi de phoneတော်3ပါး တပါးကသာသနာပိုင်နော် Archbishop of Canterbury ဆိုတဲ့သာသနာပိုင်နောက်ပြီးတော့ Bishop 2ပါးပါတယ်သူတို့2ပါးကို Oxford တက္ကသိုလ်မှာခုံရုံးတင်တယ် Oxford တက္ကသိုလ်ကလည်းဆရာတော်တွေကြီးပဲပေါ့ခုံရုံးတင်တယ်အဲ့ဒါရှေးရိုးဝါဒီရှိတဲ့ဆရာတော်တွေကအများစုဆိုတော့သူတို့ကနိုင်သွားတာပေါ့နိုင်သွားကြတော့အဲ့ဒီ3ပါးကိုဘာလုပ်တော့အပြစ်ရှိတယ်ဆိုပြီးတော့မိရှုတတ်ဖြစ်တယ်အောက်ဆိုတက်ကတူထဲမှာမိရှုတတ်ဖြစ်တာနော်ဒါကယုံကြည်မှုတစ်ခုထဲနဲ့ရမ်းဖြစ်တာအခုနေတော့သွားတယ်ဆိုရင်အောက်ဆိုတက်ကတူလည်းသွားတယ်ဆိုရင်ဘယ်လီယို college နားမှာလက်ဝါးကတ်တိုင်နဲ့သူတို့မိရှုနေရာလေးရှိတယ်အဲ့ဒီနန်းပေါ်မှာကြတော့ဒီနေရာမှာ16ရာစုမှာပေါ့16ရာစုဆိုတော့1550ကျော်မှာမြန်မာပြည်ပဲခူးမှာဘယက်အောင်အုပ်စိုးတဲ့ချိန်ပေါ့ They were burned to death for their faith အဲ့လိုရေးထားတယ်သူတို့နာမည်တွေနဲ့ဗုဒ္ဓတရားတော်ထဲမှာတော့အဲ့လိုမရှိဘူးအရိဋ္ဌယဟန်ဆိုရင်အယူဆတွေလွဲတာပြောမနေနဲ့သူများကိုလည်းပဲလွဲအောင်လုပ်တယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ဗုဒ္ဓမြတ်စွာဘုရားကသူ့ကိုခေါ်ပြီးတော့ပြောတယ်သူလက်မခံသေးရင်အေးမင်းအမြင်မှားနေလို့မင်းဒုက္ခရောက်လိမ့်မယ်ဟိုတရားမရနိုင်ဘူးဒီလိုသတိတွေပဲပေးတယ်အဲ့လိုအကြမ်းဖက်ပြီးတော့ဓမ္ပေးတာမျိုးတွေမရှိဘူးဒေဝတ္တဆိုမြတ်စွာဘုရားကိုဒုက္ခပေးတာလေအလုံးသိတဲ့အတိုင်းပဲခိုင်းကွဲအောင်လည်းလုပ်တယ်ဘာမှမသိသေးတဲ့ယဟန်အစ်စ်တွေကိုတိမ်သွင်းပြီးတော့နောက်တကိုင်းထူထောင်တာတွေနော်ယဟန်900သူနောက်ပါသွားတာအဲ့ဒါမျိုးတွေပေါ့ဒါသမိုင်းထဲမှာတကယ်ရှိခဲ့တယ်ဗုဒ္ဓမြတ်စွာဘုရား he was a historical person သမိုင်းဝင်ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်သမိုင်းဝင်ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်ဖြစ်တယ်ဆိုတာဒါတော့ဘာမှသံတရားရှိစရာမလိုတော့ဘူးဗုဒ္ဓမြတ်စွာဘုရားမွေးဖွားတဲ့နေရာ UNESCO ကတူးတယ်ရှေးအောင်သူတွေနာတူးတယ်အဲတူးတဲ့လူတွေကိုတူးတဲ့ပညာရှင်တွေကိုဥဆောင်တဲ့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ် Robin Cunningham Professor Robin Cunningham Durham University အင်္ဂလန်ကဘုံမသူနဲ့တည်တယ်2014ခုနှစ်ကဒီပေါ်နိုင်ငံလုံမနီမှာဘုံဘုံတို့ International Conference လုပ်တဲ့အခါကျတော့သူ့ကိုဖိတ်ပြီးတော့သူပြောကြအဲ့ဒါတွေမခဘူးဗုဒ္ဓမြတ်စွာဘုရားဖြစ်တဲ့နေရာဗုဒ္ဓဂယာဆိုနေပဲ World Heritage ထဲမှာပါတယ်ပထမဆုံးတရားဟောတဲ့နေရာဆိုရင်ပါတယ်ဗုဒ္ဓမြတ်စွာဘုရားရဲ့ record ကတခြားဘာသာတွေမှာ Jainism ထဲမှာလည်းပါတယ်အိန္ဒိယနိုင်ငံကိုဒီထောင်တဲ့ Emperor Ashoka the 3rd century BC အိန္ဒိယနိုင်ငံသားတွေရဲ့ passport ထဲမှာသူ့ရဲ့အထိတ်မှတ်လေးတွေပါတယ်သူတို့ကဗုဒ္ဓတရားတော်ကိုအသုံးပြုပြီးတော့သူတို့နိုင်ငံကိုတည်ဆောက်ခဲ့တာတည်ထောင်ခဲ့တာ Now he used Buddhist ideas to unify and also develop India ခရစ်ယာန်ဆေးရုံတော်ရှိတယ်ပထမဆုံးကမ္ဘာပေါ်မှာအတော့ကပြီးကြည့်လို့ခရစ်ယာန်ဆေးရုံအခုတက်ကြီး2021ခုနှစ်သာနာတက်ကြီးဆိုရင်2500ကျော်ဗုဒ္ဓမြတ်စွာဘုရား45ဝါထပ်ပြီးတော့ပေါင်းမယ်ဆို2600ကျော် The Cho Nangan, my dress and sail, Michi Deo now. Dress and your calendar, Michi Deo. Compassion go blouty, non-violent go blouty, a digat haro. Taria, Ludari Joshim Bodre, Bodamans of Pia Hodare. A Hodare, the gay hola mahotla. May you Gibenecoa or force Argo in Argo Bido, Colugenebon, Mejumina. Bodamans of Pianga, Jore. I Nines again. Yandu Ben Yame, Chelsea de Pepsi. Joshimu Mepsi. Joshimu Mepsi. Tandam, Ludango Joshin Sage in hair, so really. The nation, Maji Chomi or on Jokam or your educated, now Pono look, UK educated is English, and a judging. Video clip le piame, don't cook piame, to do ladyba. The cooker lim nila shime, the cooker chowne jola shime, and the cooker ham nila shime. Padama the cooker pap jachin also. Mula ranjam kalidi bo. Mula ranjam kalidi, ning a lady be. Era droa, Sanji. Sanji, mindfulness, so that the ribetanga. Do Joshin says or a hold now below a tandem down at your bully them below, Bussessa in the counter at a hola. Senior deca, daughter Pideca, Cologen and Mayaracama. Go Piambiro, Tencho 9 day. Go Piambiro, calm down low city. Tari hola. Tarigo, research low tarano. This is our veggie. Mindfulness for children. Practical meditation. Experiment loaded, research loaded. Through Yara Hariba. A cook Yameharo. Kaledi Mula Ranja Matiatina. A Tanematina. Yedamanduatina Mahobu. Yedamanduatina Mahobu. Piazin Shima Duatina Mo. Ditama. Bodamba, pine and parliament, my pine and my pow. Time at the roa. Let it don't you cheer. Idama, Muslim clearly le pare. Muslim clearly le pare. At the roa. John Tadeka, a time a cycling, a tandema. Only minute, Lingamine. A Siasia Marine, a town that Alo to Tainaka. Yashi de Julie Georgia. Permason has Jim, no? I could cheat. Mindful school that the liberty chicken in town.
Mindful activity, it feels very quiet and calming and centered, like I'm the only person in the room.
Schools are places where there's a lot of noise, there's a lot of conflict, a lot of dysregulated nervous systems.
When they come in the morning, we do mindful practice, and sometimes they come upset or tired, but they know that they can find calmness in their breathing. It helps them to focus.
Sometimes, like when people bother me a lot, I'll be like a less calm student, like have a lot of anger.
What if we just created a space where we could take a moment to really come back to what's most important?
Mindfulness is like quiet space and focus on your breath and what's around you. It's like for another way to cool down when you're mad. When I can't figure out the answer to a question on a test, I get really stressed sometimes, but then I stop and then I notice what I'm doing.
That pause impacts our well-being, but it impacts how we react and respond.
I say, okay, right now I'm feeling very angry. I need to calm down. And then I say, I can do this if I review it one time. Maybe I just need to count down from 10.
To move towards these 21st century skills, there's so many foundational pieces that help those things happen. While we're breathing in and breathing out, if our mind starts to wander to lunch or thinking about other things, as soon as we realize we're thinking, we can come right back. It's like we're getting our minds ready to just stay right where we are.
The mind is
Like it wandered off to like a place that's calm and peaceful.
Oh, wow. How did that feel?
It felt great.
It's a way for us to approach supporting children's social emotional development. Kids need to be taught skills really intentionally. Mindfulness has helped me just kind of slow it down a little bit and just be really present for parents and for students, acknowledging teachers' needs.
Teachers have a lot of stress. Mindfulness had helped my practice and become a better teacher, having the calmness that the kids need to solve their problems, to being able to learn better.
By starting with the adults in the community, we're helping the whole community. That impacts our ability to listen and to relate to other people and have empathy, build resilience and confidence in kids, which is so powerful.
When I do mindfulness, I feel calm and I have confidence.
When I do mindfulness, I feel calm and steady.
If everyone in the world practiced mindfulness, it would be more peaceful and they wouldn't be as afraid to express themselves and tell themselves to calm down. If everybody used it, there wouldn't be as much problems.
So that the deep patently a chicken liver, a chicken, a chicken. I had Lego through. The new nene, legend. A brokens are a Julie, Georgia. Say teen la head. Who told them today, so never go with Piambiro Tide. Habit of Chelsea level, never on it. Self confidence is a go, Obiro Yungi. Go say go Piambiro. Train down and a book, Piambiro. Edilup manage loan and a book, Joshimabo. Hello, Bokuama, Kuboago, Kuni Budre. Send him shipman. Only a mindful person would be ready to live their own life. Otherwise, they just live other people's life. Using other people's opinion, philosophy, sometimes, peer pressure. To me, no good lie. To me, I will like women, to me, I will pure like John, to me, a penny, to us, to me, I be a Paulo like our man. I have new map. Came me look your journey. Actually, you are trying to fit in. You jare when sao a jet out yard, the chosen sit out yard. The chosen sit out yard. The chosen, my 99 car, a young zigi carry, where yard, where zip yard. The chosen a holy 12 yard. Adam Unipo. I feel fit in local, lonia. To me, lecker, lower, jowlo, John say John. Crown got now so clearly, Jordan, you wouldn't be afraid to express yourself. Jordan, a yango, county, young county. The caricature of Lugidia, go out, go say my shia, go, Jobjabo cane, but you call him a Jobjata. Jobja, but Dodan and Jobjas or Jatana Bosuyo. But Jobjata. Kaja anger management yin larabo. Fear management yin larabo. Go ye Doda or cook kind weather. Go ye, Tauso cook kind weather, yin lame. Aha, go ago, Edlo control on 9 bima. Go set him and she out Jobjara. Era county. Hello, Mohobene, go set them as she hago. Fabro Jobja, a younger Joga with Jim and Ludango. Fabro Chikainen. Go ye. You meant a pandan, the outline. Go set them as she now, go Jobja Suraka. The pet go Nale, Lotali, Araga, UH. Oh, top Joraka Jama, to a Poviro. misunderstood ဖြစ်သွားရဆို no you are not there they don't get it အဲ့ဒါကြောင့်ဘုရားမြတ်စွာဘုရားဟောရခံနှစ်ခုရှိတယ်နော် I နှစ်ခုရှိတယ် I တကူက instinct နော် I တကူ intelligent အင်္ဂလိပ်လိုပြောတာ instinct and intelligent mindfulness မရှိတယ်လို့ကိုယ့်ရဲ့စိတ်ကိုပြန်ပြီးတော့မလေ့ကျင့်ထားလို့ train မလုပ်ထားတဲ့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်သူကြတော့ instinct နဲ့ပဲ operate လုပ်တာများတယ်Grace and the instinct နဲ့လုပ်တယ်နော်ကလေးတွေလည်း instinct နဲ့လုပ်တာ instinct နဲ့လုပ် instinct ကိုရော instinct ကို intelligence နဲ့ကို manage လုပ်နိုင်ရမယ် intelligence ဆိုတာက IQ ရော EQ ရောနှစ်ခုစလုံးပါတာပေါ့နှစ်ခုစလုံးပါအဲ့ဒါကြောင့်တချို့ကလမ်းလျှောက်နဲ့လမ်းပြောက်တယ်ဆိုတာဥပမာကြောင်းသွားတယ်ဒီဆယ်ကျော်သက်အရွယ်လေးတွေပေါ့ဒီနေ့ကျတော့ဆယ်ကျော်သက်အရွယ်လေးတွေမဟုတ်ဘူး20ကျော်လေးတွေပေါ့နော်ဒီဝိနည်းရှင်ဆယ်ကျော်သက်အရွယ်လေးတွေ stress သိပ်များတာကြောင်းစာနဲ့အဲ့ဒါတခုနောက်တစ်ခုကကြောင်းသွားတဲ့အခါမှာတငယ်ချင်းတွေကကိုယ့်ကိုလက်ခံအောင်ကိုယ့်အဖော်လုပ်ချင်အောင်we all want to fit in ဘာဖြစ်လို့ဆိုတော့တယောက်တည်းနေတာသူကမလုံခြုံဘူးလေအပယ်ခံရတာစိတ်ထဲမှာအယံကိုသိငယ်တယ်မလုံခြုံဘူးရက်ွက်ထဲမှာဘယ်သူမှကိုယ့်ကိုအဖက်မလုပ်ဘူးဆိုရင်အယံနေရထိုင်ရတယ်မလုံခြုံပါဘူးမလုံခြုံဘူးကိုယ့်ကိုတီးတယ်လို့မရှိဘူးဆိုရင်မလုံခြုံဘူးloneliness ကပြေးရတာနဲ့ exile နဲ့တူတယ် psychology တယောက်ပြောတာ loneliness is like an exile အဲ့ဒါကြောင့်မလို့ပျော်ရွှင်ခြင်းတဲ့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်က instinct တစ်ခုတည်းကိုပဲလိုက်လို့မရဘူး instinct တစ်ခုတည်း operate လို့မရဘူး intelligence ပါရှိရတယ်အခုဒီတရားထိုင်တဲ့ဟာတွေကarchitect လုပ်တယ်ဆိုရင်လည်းကိုယ့်ရဲ့လုပ်ငန်းမှာကိုပို့ပြီး efficient ဖြစ်အောင် architect တွေစပြီဆိုရင် you know conceptualize လုပ်ရတယ်အဲ့ပုံမှာတခါလေ detail တွေလာရတယ်ဒါတွေကတမာတိ concentration အရန်လိုတဲ့လုပ်ငန်းတွေအရန်လိုတဲ့လုပ်ငန်းတွေအဲ့ကြောင့်stress ကိုကင်တွယ်နိုင်ရမယ် stress management ကောင်းမယ် stress management မရဘူးဆိုရင် happiness မရနိုင်ဘူး stress management is a skill တစ်ခုပါဘုံမထပြောမယ် happiness is also a skill ပျော်ရွှင်မှုကလည်းပဲလေ့ကျင့်ယူရတဲ့ကျွမ်းကျင်မှုတစ်ခုပါထပ်ပြောမယ် anger is also a habit နော်ဒေါသဖြစ်တယ်ဆိုတော့ကိုကသူ့ကိုကျင့်နဲ့တိတာရမတိမတာရောလေ့ကျင့်နဲ့ဒေါသထွက်တဲ့နေရာမှာကိုကအယံကိုတော်သွားတာအယံကိုကျွမ်းကျင်သွားတာအများကြီး trick ကလုပ်ဖို့မလိုဘူးနော်ခါရဲမိပွင့်သွားတာဘာပြောတော့ငါလာမဆန်းနဲ့ဒါမျိုးတွေပြောလိုက်သေးတယ်လေကိုယ့်ရဲ့ဒေါသကိုကအမွန်းတင်ပြီးတော့ပြောလိုက်တာဒေါသအကျင့်ဖြစ်သွားအဲ့အကျင့်ကိုပဲကိုက justify လုပ်နေတာပေါ့စင်ရှင်စင်လက်တွေပေးနေတာဗုဒ္ဓမြတ်စွာဘုရားအမြင်အနေနဲ့ဆိုရင်တော့ဒီ habit ကိုခေါ်တယ်ဒီအကျင့်တွေအားလုံးကိုကလေ့ကျင့်ယူနိုင်တချို့ကမသိပဲနဲ့ instinct နဲ့လေ့ကျင့်ယူသွားတာလေ့ကျင့်ယူသွားကြောက်စိတ်အကျင့်ဖြစ်လာတယ်တချို့ကြတော့ negative အမြင်အကျင့်ဖြစ်လာတယ်တချို့ကြတော့ gossip ဒီအတင်းပြောတဲ့ဟာအဲ့ဒါအကျင့်ဖြစ်လာတယ်တချို့ကြတော့ jwa watching a Jim Chitlade. The Chojaro go low wa human side. Low Chuzare okay. Oh, I mean, a good chama ye, your nabira go midasu your take human side, a low tamabe. Nene rabo. Workaholics or life and balance, life and work balance with people. That era lebe a gentle coupe. Gentle coupe. Safety neon low there, calming the mind. Era lebe a gentle coupe. A gentle coupe. To me, I do a tweet that era a gentle coupe. A gentle coupe. Era down stress management go. Pure Satan stress management go. Ya on you are. Negre Sabiro, oh, legend has and poke on now. Jima so in or stress and ya Susie time maro, coe or nauka. The mid lab on nauka or nauka, a young argon dobby. Ya argon has a do with train you are a chain you are up. Come on, not a video clip to cook jam. America, set your that lady. Now, set your that lady, the rope. Mindfulness of the Ribbon and Legend Bureau. The show a yenos and suicide lotion and looting. Eddie negative video below overcome low tone below an you though. The show so in Zawgyi in it. The show so in counseling is the antidepressant, the yoga, Bede say as he without near leading. Said that lady. Three a tweet only, not how say, Talit not how she know.
This pain in my chest. I got kicked out of my house.
Like many other teens, have struggled with anxiety, my social anxiety.
Really bad.
No, I keep feeling this pain in my chest. I got kicked out of my house.
The panic attacks.
I, like many other teens, have struggled with anxiety, my social anxiety.
Really bad anxiety and depression.
I used to go to school just completely exhausted every single day because I'd be up all night worrying.
I felt kind of like a ghost roaming through the halls.
The stress made me sick.
It's just a lot of repetitional thinking about like if there is a purpose to life, whether if there is any reason to continue forth or to just cut it short.
Take a second and breathe and reflect on what you feel.
Awareness to who I really am and how I matter.
Finding balance.
It really feels like a place where you can be yourself.
We can be authentic.
Feel safe.
Safe?
I was like on the verge of suicide before taking the class, and my family didn't really know what else to do. I was in counseling, seeing a therapist, and taking medicine. Spending the first semester in this class really helped me get past that point and not let the mental illnesses I struggle with take over my life. So class brought a lot.
Anytime I start to feel overwhelmed, drop down, I put my head down. I was like, all right, let's think. I just started breathing, and it's just really helpful. It's easy to get mad. It's not easy to get angry and then bring yourself down. Me growing up, I was always told meditation and stuff was things that priests or it was a girl thing. But then you grow up a little bit and you're meditation is just you taking care of yourself, and everybody should take care of themselves.
It's real stuff. It's what you need.
You learn these tips for life skills that actually bring you together and interweave with everyone else.
Being able to share,
direct my attention, and stay present.
I can break my fear.
I now know how to turn my attention to my breath, calm myself down.
I knew that I could help myself.
Observe life more.
How to speak in a way that makes people want to open up to you.
Show myself loving kindness.
Learning how to control my anger. I also learned how to, be more of a better listener.
This class means everything to me right now. It honestly feels like 50 pounds is lifted off my shoulders.
I truly believe that this class has saved my life and changed it for the better.
Thinking about what the mindfulness class at my school has done for my community and my school in general, it's been groundbreaking.
I think it's just a really valuable class, and I honestly wish that it was at every high school in the U.S.
If there was a mindfulness class like in every high school,
I feel like this world would be a totally different place because I feel like there'd be a lot more understanding.
And there would be a lot more respect in the world.
If mindful studies was in every school in the world, we'd all become much better listeners.
Somebody says something, somebody doesn't like that, has to retaliate. But if we had mindfulness, we can learn to accept that my reality is different from yours.
I think a lot of that tension is caused by people not really knowing how to handle themselves and their feelings and emotions.
You don't have to be a politician to change the world. You can just be in a mindfulness class. That's how I feel.
I have the ability to overcome obstacles. I have the ability to achieve like never before, and I have the ability to be who I am, loving who I am, and taking that love with me and spreading it everywhere else I go.
ပြီးခဲ့တဲ့9နှစ်6နှစ်လောက်ကသူတို့ရိုက်ထားတယ်ဒီနေ့ခံကောင်းတာတော့ကြည်ချောမေနဲ့ကြောခန့်မော်တို့အမော်ဘူးနှစ်ယောက်အတွက်ဘုံဘာသာပြန်ဖို့မလို့ you got everything from the video စကားလုံးတစ်လုံးဘုံပြန်ပြီးတော့ repeat လုပ်ခြင်းအဲ့ဒါ life skill တွေ life skills ဆိုတော့ဘဝရဲ့ဟိုကျွမ်းကျင်မှုဘဝမှာလိုအပ်တဲ့ကျွမ်းကျင်မှုအဲ့ကလေးပြောသွားတာနော်ဘုံပြောတာမဟုတ်ပါဘူးသူတို့ရဲ့ဘဝကိုအဲ့လိုဟိုတရားထိုင်တယ်တရားဒီမှာအသုံးပြုတဲ့စကားတော့တရားထိုင်တယ်ပေါ့ဟိုမှာအသုံးပြုတဲ့စကားတော့ mindfulness classအဲ့ဟာက life skill တွေဓမ္မန္တရဏံကိစ္ဆာမိတရားတော်ကိုးကွယ်ပါဆိုတော့အဲ့ဓမ္မက life skill ကိုပြောတာတချို့က skill မဖြစ်တဲ့ခါကျတော့ skillful မဖြစ်တော့ဒီ skill မရှိတော့ဘဝအရင်ရှုံးတယ်မိသားစုထဲမှာမွေးဖွားလာဒီမိသားစုနဲ့ပြန်ပြီးတော့ connect လုပ်လို့မရ relate လုပ်လို့မရဘူးเนาะ emotionally ဒီစိတ်ပိုင်းဆိုင်ရာမှာ settle လို့မရဘူးဘုံမောရဲ့တစ်ဖက်တစ်ခါလေးတရားဆိုရင်သူ့ဖေနဲ့သူ့ဖေဆရာဝန်ကြီးနဲ့စကား9မိနစ်လောက်ပြောရင်ကုန်ပြီတယ်သူလည်းပဲပညာတတ်ပဲမိဘနှစ်ပါးစလုံးနဲ့ပညာတတ်ပဲမောင်နှမတွေပညာတတ် skill လို့နေတယ်နော်ကို့မိဘနဲ့ပြန်ပြီးတော့စကားပြောဖို့တဲ့ skill တောင်မှမရှိဘူးဆိုရင် we got to take time we got to take break and ကိုယ့်ကိုပြန်ပြီးတော့တနာကျင်လာတဲ့စိတ်နဲ့ဒီ skill တွေရအောင်ယူရမှာဒီ skill ကမခက်ဘူးခရောင်းကကြည်ချုံးမေကarchitecture လေ့လာရဲဆိုတော့ England architecture 9နှစ်6နှစ်အဲ့လိုကြာတဲ့ဟာတွေနော်ဒီဟာကြတော့9ရက်6ရက်ကိုသူအများကြီးသိတာဒီစိတ်ကိုလေ့လာတာဒီဗုဒ္ဓဘာသာဒီနဲ့ PRG self-compassion, no? Compassion focused therapy. Self-compassion. Stop beating yourself up and leave insecurity behind. That is scary, Karuna Kora. Yamazakane soon, Piamasutia Kora, Piamasutia, Titania Jeva, the Taka Piamasutia, Leguria, the Kuta over you, shoot down the poor and pure. Jada Luri could and Hanko, Bodapata, Pinashin Lehope, clinical psychologist. It is security misuse in Boama, productive midnight. A Jew go to you, to Nyan to you, a Jew Pitumbusura came by. A Jew Pitumeza, Sakap Jorai, the Dibek Hapite, conflict Pite. Adam music, a mayo, a low mayo, satisfaction yabu, job satisfaction do, life satisfaction, era yabu came. That's Buddha Myaso Piaga. Doziani Pama Matauno. Nedai, not Sindu Shema Labido. Timimazaki must sooner Labido Timba. Pirika Tomo them a Mapiono. Go Dari Lonidaka. Go Yeseo, go train Lopo to a load. Lobo Adra load. Buddha Myasapia, horror, sharing law, me, Dana law. Goa, sooner tene. Now, time, meet us in a good loud shame lobos. We are not training our mind. Go say, Kupian Bido. Training mobile, Masoma. Sono tena, sono kata. Eminent count a gem separe. Dihaga, Yasapiaka, Timbedaka. But Timbeda also. Seiko, so mare, Seiko training loaded, need and needing loader. So you make some effort, so that you have some discipline, and a miracle. The Karakacharo, Buddha Nyasapia, Horai Hane, Kolorehane, the Chuaria, the Tazi Pin, Sindu Ro Shema could what time below. Taumali or Taunaveka, Tale Lugene, Long Uncle Males, the Saint Chobas, the Philippine. Buddha Nyasapiaka, skill you bad, this skill to develop low, but the 20 moody low. Skills is the low, good record. Good the lad Dhammasami skill. Skillful mind. Every skill outside. Speaking skill. No? Social skill. Everything comes from mental skill. Emotional skill. And a good the lad Dhammasami. Good lad Dhammasami. Area she be so yen. Go soon not teneha. Go ye channel pano kata. A joga a sabam yam yasa pumya. Johnny Jam Yamazakana joy. Kayakan was eager Manokan. Now so ham Manokan tua. A yamyande, a diga jare, to usam, Manokan suraka. Our mind, our thought, our emotion. And help you. Was eager suraka, Edian in Pibolare. Speech. A pure so. Say them a daughter pinay, Manoganga. Manoganga, Dokayane, Manoganga. A show near up. Manoga show near this way. Twelade was eager lebe, say lies who like. Elu repeat. Manoga and Hemakoa, Ludiago negative cheated this way. Eddie, go Nezagabjorne Lua, go pay with Pinevzy. To a negative point of what Jimmy. Hello, Jimmy is when Namatown, you know, to Jora. Namatown, you know. And the Jarma go pale and negative goal and negative hitters, you know. Be open. စကားပြော9 minutes ဆိုအကြာကြီးဖြစ်သွားအရန်ကိုကြာသွား skill တွေပြောတာကမန္တရဏကိစ္စမျိုးဆို life skill တရားလည်းနည်းနည်းရှိသွားပြီတနားရီချော်သွားပြီဘုံကဗီဒီယိုကလစ်နဲ့တခုရှိသေးတယ်ဒါနောက်ဆုံးဟာဒီဟာလည်းပဲပြနေကြပါပဲဒါလေးနောက်တစ်ခုကြည့်လိုက်အောင်မယ်နော်ဒါကတော့ဒီ life skill ဘုရားမြတ်စွာဘုရားသင်ထားတဲ့ဟာကိုသိပ္ပံပညာရှင်တွေကဘယ်လိုပြောတော့ဒါလေးနားထောင်ကြည့်
Meditation is an ancient technique that trains the brain for the power of concentration. It's like a gym workout for your brain. Archaeologists have found meditation to be 5,500 years old, while only 60 years ago, modern scientists began to study the brains of meditators. They discovered that meditation changes the structure of the brain, making it a lot more powerful. Long-term meditators are often able to develop superhuman abilities like the ability to stay calm in pressure situations such as exams and sport, more original and creative ideas, and excellent memory. An experiment showed that meditating monks were able to dry icy wet sheets in a cold temperature by controlling and raising their own body temperature with the power of the mind. To understand how meditation affects us, we must first look at the most recent discoveries about the brain. In the last 10 years, scientists have discovered that every time we think, feel, or learn something new, a neural connection appears in our brain. Those things that we repeat the most, like a habit, make these connections grow stronger and stronger. And over time, the connections that we don't use grow weaker and eventually disappear. This is why our habits are automatic and we don't have to think before doing them. For example, because you practice brushing your teeth every day, it seems a lot more effortless than washing your dishes after you have eaten, even though both tasks take about the same amount of time to complete. But if you stop brushing your teeth for a few days, it will also begin to seem like a more difficult task. Some neuroscientists have suggested that we don't choose most of our behavior. Instead, it is programmed by these neural connections in our brain. Think about the tip of an iceberg, which is the smallest part. This represents all the things that we can choose consciously, such as solving a maths problem. The larger part of the iceberg is all of our unconscious thoughts and feelings, which cause most of our behavior, like reacting to arguments in the same way again and again, even if afterwards we know it was wrong. This happens because we are not aware that we are controlled by unconscious emotions. In this unconscious part of our mind, neural connections are strong, so most people don't think they can change how they act and react in situations. This automatic way of acting is what we call personality. But mostly it's just those thoughts, emotions and habits that we have repeated the most growing up and continue to repeat on a daily basis. But this can all be changed. Our intelligence, skills and personality can all be developed through practice. We can literally train our brains to become cleverer, to learn a new talent, or to think differently in situations. So to change ourselves, we need to change our brains by creating new connections and practicing them until they become strong and automatic. This means that stuff that we find hard now will become easier and easier the more we practice it. Think back to when you struggled to read. It would take you a while to get through a sentence, and now it's automatic. You don't need to stop and think about how to read words you already know. You just do it. Amazingly, meditation practice helps us change all of those things by creating new connections in many different parts of the brain, literally making your brain larger in size. So, how do you practice meditation? Well, it's really simple. All you have to do is concentrate on your breathing and allow thoughts and feelings to come and go. With continuous practice, your skills of attention, concentration, and awareness significantly increase. But it's actually quite hard to concentrate on your breath and nothing else. This is because on average, we have about 50,000 thoughts each day. 98% of those thoughts are the same thoughts as we had yesterday, and 80% of those thoughts are negative. Stress, worry, and irritability is a direct result of those thoughts, which are either regrets about the past, which we can no longer change, or worry about the future, which hasn't even yet happened, but we experience stress and worry in the present moment, causing us to behave in very unhelpful ways. The more we worry, the better we become at worrying, which is a negative habit. Overthinking leads to continuous stress, and continuous stress leads to mental health issues such as anxiety and depression. Meditation has been shown to decrease the size of the amygdala, which is the fear center of our brain, and this is where all our negative emotions and thoughts come from. It also decreases the level of stress hormone, cortisol, which overall means that you can deal with stressful situations a lot better. During meditation, you also learn the skill of how to watch your thoughts and emotions without reacting to them. This means that with continuous meditation practice, you can significantly change your behavior and even your personality. This can help you to achieve your personal goals because you're less likely to procrastinate or worry about other people's opinions about you. Scientists are still discovering all the other benefits of meditation, such as its ability to make you more creative, better at learning and remembering things, increasing self-confidence, and making you kinder towards other people around you. Leaders of big companies, athletes, and even pop stars use meditation as a way of training their minds. And the NHS now use meditation to treat a variety of mental health issues. It's even been shown that meditation is more effective than using drugs. Not bad, hey? For saying all you need to do is sit still for 20 minutes, close your eyes, and concentrate.
Tayar Taina, 20 Mudukuba, the 20 Muduku unit. Hello, Mahobusoyen, Tinhe, young professionals today. She told me to on Jokan Moroa. Tayar Taina, at that Gita loaded a yellow tingent in lately. Today, what I'm trying to tell you is that you better start early because this is the best way for stress management. Unless you can manage your stress, you won't get a skill called happiness. So happiness is a skill as well. The Karaka Pobondo power mapping, Neroa, go at that name. At that GD and Ludi load a yaw, or came at me ulotin. Go me by the care level, draw ye me body, draw ye poor, allobe, yin came up. A cool, a kuma gila, Kalibon, a set of that lady, said only in selling a lady. The role of a Tilubenium, the road at the Bogia Ludigo. Or came at me, they belong to a different generation, simply because you belong to a different generation. You are being considered out of date. This happens, through the ages. Cases have Pilaka. Cases have Pilaka. Edilo Bonsa Mew. mean ben any opinion they no oh Madala Mare so be chechin Masong Piapu Man so le chechin Masong Piapene experiment lo bare Buddha Musa Piaka Picor a hipati cause Picor Picor and Tine Wination Mwabu yo Diana Beta Alogo yo Buddha Musa Pia Horare mind training the Seiko Legend Ayaka Joshimuku Yasi the Joshimuku Yashi the Niba so they have open minded. Go ya say go in alone nago, Puin Bido, Jiba, Sanda Jiba, Sanda Desoye. Nale leme, Buddha Nyaso Piaka. Diario low kind of do Bahama. Sacrifice low kind of hope, subject kind of hope. A man she de a yare, she de a tinyane, she de PC, she de Pesane, she de Gondi, she de a tinyane. Over tambo she podre. Over Joshin podre. Tim Baker Apala, so Nale leme. Time a poem pure outlet, Mayona. Sanji, Mayona Suraka, you have to have a very good reason based on experience to say no to me. In the same breath, I would like to say that, okay, in order to say yes, you got to try it, you got to test it as well. You got to be more scientific approaching the Buddhist teaching. And Buddha Tayar Chinkademiyama, Taipan, a Dweko, Taipan, Satan, Pobiro, Shia, Pobiro time. Blind faith, low. Yes, it may be Yonjida. Buddha Tayaro Hema. Yabu, Buddha Tayaro, Namalena. Namalena. Can count her a cool Yamapsi, my yetare, take me about. A cool Kobe Kalamaroma, Yeta Madonna and Ludi. Yeta ain't he Lara, zoom at the Atine, I could zoom at the Ascandi Shini. I could can count Ali. We can learn stress management through Zoom. Zoom in a meditation retreat. Dhamek was savings are. Jatanari she is or Lakan. Stress she does and stress go Jatanari Lakan. A Jatanago. Shishiyame go chitan in a go compassionate chitan in a stress go manage the one. The child will leve the Naren in it, the child will laser in a co stress go manage the one. At the poor opinion, the child will stress management go Kuyama or Droma, stress the Tanyani, say Karan Yitni there, assume you are negative thinking that Yani there. Mama hope, Seka. Let go pow quite that day. I book you go. Till your life skill, pain and day, lanyon pain and so you know. Go ye, Joshua move, happiness capacity. Yen so Luraka, go Joshua move to cool out by Dwelua. They Jimmy Joshua and Guru Joshua. The child Joshua Mugu, tetrated. Pokuama Joshimu Pobiro, Nimara, Pobiro Neshina, Pobiro Akauna. Pondo Nimana and do Nangandari in Nayo. The Chana and in a Dukobika Lama. Said in Nijana. Say Nijana, low kind of tea look. Social life the tea look. Say the Nija. To look Chedekama. what I can do for myself, what I can do for other people. He make a neighbor. To me, the balok pain I know. Not doing a balok pain I know. I make a neighbor. Did I time below? Singing the mail. Did I time below? Home, the chalo, social media net. You addicted in the mess. A chain go in mess. A chain go in mess. Balok pain I know. Edilo, greater the agent, 2 years 30. We haven't been through this COVID. For nothing, the COVID could chat you out. A Joe met people. Joe met people. Go let him a machine. Kilo Kayoka, new pandemic meal. Go Bama Malone, who's so me. Go low 90 hashi. Go low 90. Aman Niare, Jane Sapo Pamela, go say go poo bido. Train Lomala. The child in a time 2 hours, social distancing in Lore. Time emotionally, we can connect with everyone in the world through this pain. Right, load. I do a load as we. Who is sick? A child can labrum lomo. Oh, now some video clipped him out. Fear sentence. The owner now by amygdala. Meditation to decrease load to go. Yours. Fear identity. The neurologist in a pure. Hold on, Tayar in a pure. No. I teach you can lara. Go ye, go there, go experience go there, interpret load there. Ayaga, Maman lo Chow City. Tata Pieta, a Jim Shipon. Home, attitude and emotion, and look quarter. Attention, attitude, look like quarter. Blue web ship here. Didn't win a less on here. Home page in the life skill liver. Whether you take it, whether you benefit from it. It's not in my hand. It's in yours. It's your present. You have to make it your present. Okay. Megune shi la mathiu. Megune shi 7 minutes 5 minutesလောက်meguneဖြေပေးမယ်အခုပြန်ပြီးတော့ unmute လုပ်လိုက်မယ်ကြည်ချုံးမေတို့ Have you got any question?
Okay, I think someone has one.
Okay. Okay, please.
Can I get like a kid thing?
That's my nephew. Hello, are we?
Yes.
Have you got any question? What's your question?
Not a question from the thing you talk about, but I have a question. My mom told me to ask this because like we need like a kids the math talk thing. So like kids like can join like that thing so we can talk like that. Yeah. Can you do me a favor of that?
Yeah, sure. And organize a session, for you and your friends, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other question from other people?
မင်္ဂလာပါဆရာတော်ဗျာ
အေးပြောပါမေခွန်းရှိပြောပါ
မေခွန်းရှိပါတယ်ဗျာ
နာမည်ရင်ပြောပါဦးဘယ်သူပါလဲ
ကျမဗျာတပည့်တော်ကကိုအောင်လို့ခေါ်ပါတယ်ရှင်ဗျာ
ဟုတ်ပါပြီ
တပည့်တော်လက်ရှိဂျပန်နိုင်ငံတိုကျိုမြို့မှာဆို University မှာ Computer Science နဲ့ Master တက်ပြီး PhD တက်ဖို့လုပ်နေတဲ့အကြောင်းသားပါရှင်ဗျာ
အေးဟုတ်ပြီပြော
ကျမဗျာဆရာတော်ဖျားရဲ့တရားတော်တွေကိုနေ့စဉ်လို့နာကြားဖြစ်ပါတယ်ရှင်ဗျာထို့အတွက်လည်းအရင်ကကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်ရှင်ဗျာmy question is what type of healing could a good environment be brought? Because Balumio healing low chia good environment go pisi violation pia. Balulesero the video ma majadi gendonga ma a pipia jang yari Jondrikia violation pia. The video do mitazuga the video garo di leshi jabama pinyatini biro the video niligality ma pinyatini violation pia. To be made there are many people who are full of our jealousies to my family, so that are in the recent few days my family will attack by illegal crime. So that I'd like to ask a question that what type of healing could a good environment be brought?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. You're talking about social environment, not natural environment. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Before we talk about healing other people, we got to heal ourselves first. You got to examine your emotion. Okay. Do you have fear because you are being attacked like this? Do you have any thought to revenge? First you got to heal those emotions. Meaning you got to stabilize yourself first. It's not very difficult. The mindfulness practice that I have just shown you today, I was trying to explain you today, is specifically for this. So for healing ourselves, only if we can heal ourselves, then we can help other people to heal. Even if you are a medical doctor, if you are not well, how can you treat other people? So this is the first point that I'd like to make. The second point is, if you are talking about social relation, I want you to read this book, Nonviolent Communication. Nonviolent communication. This is by an American professor, Marshall Rosenberg. You got to be very assertive, what you need, what you want, okay, in the dialogue. But at the same time, you need to be able to regulate your emotion, to manage your emotion. Not only that, you need to think about the pain of the other people. So the people who criticize you, who attack you, what are their problems? They must have problems. Okay? Is it a financial problem? Is it an emotional problem? Is it a political problem? We got to find it out. Unless we can diagnose this, we wouldn't be able to heal that because we don't know the problem. So how we are going to cure it? You got my point.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I think their problem is they are full of ignorance to my family because we are the intellectual. So I think
if out of jealousy, people do something bad to you, sometimes it's a simple solution of applying law and order. We rely on law enforcement sector of our society, like the police and that sort of thing. But healing emotion is a different thing. The police, they can't do it for you. Or healing emotion. And this book talks about how it's very Buddhistic, this approach. It talks about dialogue. For healing to happen, we need to have a dialogue. dialogue with the people we don't like. It's not that easy unless, okay, we have a very good emotional intelligence. If our EQ is not that up to par, then we would just run away from the problem and we wouldn't engage in it. ผมပြောတာနားလဲနော်
နားလဲပါတယ်ရှင်ဗျာနားလဲ
Hey ထွက်ပြေးလို့မရဘူးလို့ပြောတာပထမဆို healing ဖြစ်အောင်ဆိုရင် healing ဖြစ်အောင်ဆိုရင်ဒီပြဿနာရှိတာကိုအတိမပြုရတယ်အဲ့ပြဿနာတွေကိုအတိမပြုတဲ့နေရာမှာရှာဖွေတဲ့အခါမှာ diagnose လုပ်တဲ့အခါမှာကိုယ့်ရဲ့နှလုံးသားထဲမှာရှိတဲ့ပြဿနာကိုပထမဆုံးရှာဖွေရ diagnose လုပ်ရတယ်လို့ဘုံပြောတာအဲ့ဒီဟာလှုပ်ပြီးတော့တခြားလူတွေဘာပြောချင်ပြောကိစ္စမရှိဘူးဆိုပြီးတော့ဒီလိုလည်းမရဘူးအဲ့လိုပြောရင်တဲ့ဒါလောကကြီးရဲ့ပြဿနာကိုကိမဆိုင်ပုံကိုဖြစ်သွားတယ်ဗုဒ္ဓမြတ်စွာဘုရားကညာတတ္ထစရိယလောကတ္ထစရိယဆိုတာလေအမျိုးတွေပြဿနာကိုလည်းပဲဝိုင်းဝန်းဖြေရှင်းပေးခြင်းနဲ့ဖြေရှင်းပေးတယ်နောက်ပြီးတော့ the wider society လောကတ္ထစရိယသူတို့ရဲ့ပြဿနာကိုလည်းဘုရားမြတ်စွာဘုရားစိတ်ဝင်စားတယ် so in order to understand the Buddha we got to be interested in problems ပြဿနာကိုစိတ်ဝင်စားပြီးတော့ဖြေရှင်းပေးကြတခါကျတော့ကိုယ်လာပြီးတော့တိုက်ခိုက်တဲ့လူမကောင်းပြောလူကြတော့သူ့ပြဿနာကိုစိတ်ဝင်စားဖို့တော့ကိုကနည်းနည်းခက်ခဲပြန်ရတိတ်စိတ်ဝင်စားခြင်းသူပြဿနာဒါကြောင့်ဒီနေရာမျိုးမှာ mindfulness လိုအပ်တယ် mind training လိုအပ်တယ်ကို emotion training လိုအပ်တယ်ဟုတ်ပြောတာမဟုတ်ရင်ကြောက်စိတ်ဖြစ်တာကြောက်စိတ်ဖြစ်ပြီးတော့ဖြတ်ဖြစ်တဲ့ cut off လုပ်တယ်မဟုတ်ရင်လည်းထွက်ပြေးတယ်မဟုတ်ရင်အဲ့ဒီကြောင့်လည်းမပြောတော့ဘူးမဟုတ်ရင်လည်းပဲ in နဲ့ r နဲ့ force နဲ့ပြန်ပြီးတော့ထိပါတာအဲ့လိုမျိုးတွေလုပ်တယ်အဲ့ဒီဟာတွေအားလုံးကဟိုတန်တရားလဲစေတဲ့ဟာတွေကြီးတယ်ဟုတ်ကဲ့ Okay, any more question?
Hi. It's like me Winishan.
Okay.
I have questions for people who are watching and joining us. And it's not particularly for myself, but for people who are watching. And also I like to share myself as well, my experience. Please. So Dine Sayardaw meet that counseling is very relatable for everyone and knowledgeable. So thank you so much, and I'll try my best to make the most out of the present that you present to us and my twin brother. So personal journey a bit, my personal life I'll share a bit. When I was in university, I was very stressed. So when you share, it was very relatable because at that moment, it affected me emotionally and physically. And it made me question my own existence. Why was I brought into this world to go through the different kind of emotions? It could be happiness, it could be sadness, it could be stress to all the sufferings. And I realized that the purpose of my life, I want to take it out of this existence. Whether even if I existed is a different question is. I want at least, even if it's an illusion, to make it a meaningful existence, which is, let's say I am one person, but I want my existence to contribute to a bigger society. It could be for someone else. It could be I think my intention became for people who are orphans, who doesn't have parents, who wasn't brought up in the same life as I am, or my brother was, or my friends were. They lack love. But I think investing in them is a good because it's an investment in the future generation. Whatever you do, I think childhood is the most important to shape someone's life. And I'm grateful for what my parents give, but they lack it and I want to repeat it for them. But at the same time, I also realized two things, which is life, I can live it very minimal. And I don't need to have extra layers of like you just say, shiny, extra layers of unnecessity that I think life can be very minimal. So for example, to me, meat is luxury. So I became vegetarian. And I also, these are very personal, so this might not be relatable to everyone. So for example, I do think that I don't want children. It's not because, it's for several reasons, but then I realized when you become a parent, as much as my parents could love me, I realized that you become very selfish because you become it's you, your family, and your children that you shut off world around you. So you just close off and you can't do as much for people or the world. So I think it's pretty selfish in a way, but then they might be happy in their own way, but probably that's not for me. And also when I create a family and create this childhood for them or life for them, I do realize they never asked me to bring them into this world. I brought them in with my own will, and I create and carve this path for them. Not necessarily the happiness, like you said, they would choose, but I impose on them. And that could become very selfish because this is my legacy, leaving it for them. And I might feel this failure and I might, so I was thinking that happiness is very subjective, like you said, and it's also very perspective. And I know that these days recently, like I think to handle stress, I wanted to also explore meditation, and I've been speaking to people. So the fact that you shared these is a really great present for me. And my question is more around the fact that I like to analyze myself, and I like to analyze people around myself, my friends, my family, people I love. What do they need? What are they going through? So that I can deal with and what I can give and adjust. So there are people I find, for example, that throughခံစားချက်ကစိတ်တူတာဖြစ်တယ်လို့စိတ်ညစ်တာလည်းဖြစ်မယ်ဝမ်းနည်းတာလည်းဖြစ်မယ်ပေါ့နော်အဲ့ဒီချိန်မှာကိုကဒီဟာကအဖြေပေါ့နော် if you let go of something you first of all accept your feeling you're going through that ပေါ့နော်ပြီးတော့အဲ့ဒါကို let go လုပ်နိုင်တယ်ဆိုရင်ဒါကအဲ့ကိုခံစားနေရတဲ့ emotion sadness ဖြစ်ဖြစ်angry anything ကိုကြော်လွှားနိုင်တယ်ပေါ့နော်ဒါပေမဲ့အဲ့ဒါပေးရဆိုတဲ့အချိန်မှာတော့ it could be grudge anything but some people cannot accept it and they like to hold on to it. I think the solution is letting go. But what would you, and I think we all experience that, not just them, me, everyone to a degree. So what would you say to them? Like it's so simple to experience your own happiness, but why are they like holding on to it instead of just letting it go? And it's a simple solution to your own happiness.
Okay. As a very good and articulate professional like yourself, you know better. Three things we need to operate together or at different level: knowledge, skill, and practice.
Yeah.
Okay, we know letting go is a skill.
Yeah.
And we are knowledgeable about this, that, okay, if you hold on to something like maybe bitterness, maybe the past, you are just trapped there.
Yeah.
We have this knowledge. But how to practice it? This is where the practice comes in. So the first thing, when somebody cannot let go, you cannot tell the person, let go, you can't do that because the person is not ready. Why? Fear is overwhelming at that time. To let go means that the person will have more fear. So the first you have to do is to lessen the fear. To do that, what you need to do is what we call non-judgmental listening. To listen to the person. I cannot say better than this book, okay, how to be non-judgmental in listening. Okay. So all these books, they talk about this non-judgmental listening. And there's quite a few of my books I have also written about this as well. Non-judgmental listening is when somebody is not letting go and is in pain. Instead of judging that person that he or she is doing something wrong, that is why they are in this pain. Instead of judging people right and wrong, if we just empathize with them, trying to practice empathy, meaning just trying to feel their pain. Okay, a lot of example from this book. Okay, you are saying this, is it because of this? Do I understand you properly? Okay, when we ask this, we are not putting judgment on them. No right or wrong. We're just trying to understand them. By doing that, we are acknowledging their pain. So if their pain is being acknowledged, the people, they will have less fear because they think there's somebody out there who understands them. You see? So this is the kind of practice that people in psychotherapy or in cognitive therapy do. And in meditation also we do. A day go sway kind tilu. I go mulu nine boko. Look past a widow to jolo meow, do a chowsega, yani, I think. Eraja to say him as she day go, not how be like. I not how I come at the caraca, to me bow critical pity pine palm, and out of go to have a judgment, John Malone, by John Soro, Chowsing and do pure. Dro county, Dro lebet, or weapon lame, Dugule, I chema goa, reasoning malopen, deep listening, accounts of movie pampene. To go coaching are saying, not having a ticaro. To sore poco, pogla datango, Joe Bido. To say him and she the doka. A doka will connect loan to a tomato and sugar. Hemalu join bono. Pogla didn't Joe Bido. Tomato and yaw. We become less personal and more objective. But do it make an issue there. Question for your friends also.
The video Mount Kamapia or Mediterranean. Home your nation when I know the video thing of your life. The video the whom made out the session I really thoroughly enjoyed both. The video near the video of Mamma normally our parents take us to the monks and Jara in a Palilo Jar, the video of Barnham, the Pomiabis, the video or the little session enjoyment about the session to enjoy a lot of things to learn. And Pom Pia saw the video column, Champa Villa, Gonlaipa, now by China, making that now by session, Popo, Miami Urashiba. The guy out the video or the meditation by Movia. Meditation the video the lonely about the weekend weekday people no perform below a champion 9 what would you say is the best time and the best amount of duration to be the most effective of the experience about the video player the benefits the and how the video teaching
Desire him to do not low tara. Should I pee out? Every night a chain day soon nine bono. Soon I and Taneo Nenebo. Tenen and a crown now some video pure or Manina Sega. Manina Sega. The Kama Massa de Luda to Nana Charlie. At down in Mabo, England Maso in Pomo, at down in Faraka, I look, you a lady, Mulara and the English, the Pomo Tommy Pellote. 3 minute ပဲလေ3 minute နေပြီးတော့တဖြည်းဖြည်းမြင့်တာပေါ့နော်မြင့်တာပါအဓိကတော့ဘာလုပ်တာတော့ဆိုstabilizing လုပ်ဖို့အတွက်ဝင်လေထွက်လေကို10 minute လောက်ကြည့်ခိုင်းတယ်1 minute 60 seconds အဲ့လုပ်တယ်နောက်ပြီးအဲ့အချိန်မှာကိုယ့်ရဲ့ emotion ကိုပြန်ပြီးတော့ sweeping လုပ်ခိုင်းတယ်ဘာရှိတော့ဆို examine လုပ်ခိုင်းတယ်ရှိတယ်ဆိုရင်အဲ့ဟာကိုnaming လုပ်ခိုင်းတယ်ဒီ recognize လုပ်ခိုင်းတယ်recognize လုပ်ပြီးပြီဆိုရင်ဝင်လေထွက်လေစီ breathing awareness ပြန်လာတယ်အဲ့ exercise လေးလုပ်တာအဲ့အချိန်မှာကိုကအရင်တော့ subconscious habit နဲ့ operate လုပ်နေတဲ့အနေအထားနေပြီးတော့ကို conscious habit ကိုက live လုပ်တာပေါ့နော်မြင့်တင်လိုက်တာပေါ့အဲ့မြင့်တင်တဲ့အကျင့်တွေလုပ်တာတခါမှမလုပ်ဘူးသေးရင်3 မိနစ်လောက်လုပ်3 မိနစ်လုပ်တာလည်းခဏခဏလုပ်ဥပမာထမင်းစားပြီးပြီဆိုရင် lunch break လုပ်တယ်ထမင်းစားနေ့လည်စားပြီးတဲ့အချိန်မှာလုပ်ငန်းခွင်မှာလက်ဖက်ရည်တောက်နေနေကိုပဲ3 မိနစ်ရတယ်ကော်ဖီတောက်နေနေကို3 မိနစ်ကရတယ်3 မိနစ်ကဘယ်မှာပဲယူရတယ်အလုပ်ပြီးပြီအိမ်ပြန်တော့မယ်အိမ်မပြန်ခင်မှာကားပေါ်တက်လိုက်ပြီကိုကားပေါ်တက်ထိုင်လိုက်ပြီ3 မိနစ်ကယူလို့ရတယ်အလုပ်သွားမယ်ကားပေါ်တက်ထိုင်ပြီမမောင်းနိုင်အောင်မထွက်နိုင်အောင်3 မိနစ်ယူလို့ရတယ် you can get it everywhere 3 minutes အဲ့လိုလုပ်ရင်ကိုက you applied it on the spot အဲ့လုပ်ငန်းခွင်မှာကိုတက်ဟောလုပ်တယ်အခုဒီလာကုန်မို့နောက်လာလောက်ထွက်မယ်ဘုံဘုံစားတခုတည်းမှာအဲ့ဒါဟိုတဲ့နေ3 မိနစ်ခန့်နေပြီးတော့15 မိနစ်လောက်အထိတရားထိုင်တဲ့ဟာလေးတွေ59ခုစုထားတယ်တူတူလေးတွေပေါ့meditation center ဒီရိတ်တာမသွားနိုင်တဲ့လူတွေအတွက်အဓိကထားပြီးတော့ရည်ရွယ်ပါတယ်တကယ်လက်တွေ့လုပ်ကြည့်တဲ့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်တွေလည်းပဲလက်တွေ့ခံစားရတယ်နော်psychology စကားနဲ့ပြောရင်တော့ cognitive therapy ကိုကောင်းလာတာပေါ့ပါဠိစကားနဲ့ပြောရင်တော့စိတ်ကို focus လုပ်တဲ့တတိပဋ္ဌာန်ကိုကောင်းလာတယ်ပေါ့အဲ့ဟာပဲတကယ်လို့အဲ့ဟာရတယ်ဆိုရင်စဉ်းစားကြည့်Harvard Business Review က report လုပ်ထားတယ် emotion တစ်ခုကတဲ့ it exists just 1.5 minute စက္ကန့်60ပဲ10 မိနစ်ခွဲပဲ emotion တစ်ခုကိုကသွားပြီးတော့ interfere မလုပ်ဘူးဆိုရင်သူကသူသွားတယ်သူကသူပေါ်လာပြီးရင်သူကသူပျောက်သွားတယ်ဘာလို့ပျောက်မသွားတော့ဆိုတော့ခဏကကြည်ချုံးမပြောသလိုlet go မလုပ်နိုင်တယ် let go လုပ်တာကတော့တချို့ဟာတွေက conscious letting go လုပ်ရတယ်တိနဲ့လုပ်ရတယ်တခါကျတော့သူ့ကိုတိတ်ပြီးဘယ်လိုပြောမှာလဲ interfere မလုပ်ဘဲနဲ့သူ့ရဲ့ course natural course သူ့အတူသွားပါစေအဖြစ်ပြင်းသူ့အတူပြတ်သွားတယ်ဒီလိုပုံစံမျိုးပေါ့ဒီပုံစံမျိုးအဲ့တော့မျိုးအဲ့ကြောင့်ဖိုးညောင်းတွေရောက်သွားတဲ့ခါမှာသားတို့သမီးတို့ကြားလိုက်မယ်ဘုံဘုံတွေဟောတာလေဒါကအမြဲမရှိဘူးမတည်ဘူးအနိစ္စပါအနိစ္စဆိုတဲ့ခါကျတော့ negative မြင်ရောအနိစ္စဆိုတာကသူက changing လို့ပြောတာ it changes forever နော်အဲ့လိုပြောင်းလဲတာကိုယ့်ရဲ့ negative emotion နဲ့သူပြောင်းလဲဆိုရင်ကောင်းတာပေါ့အနိစ္စအသိကောင်းတာဒါမဲ့တချို့လူတွေအနိစ္စသွားမြင်တာလေလူသေးတော့အနိစ္စလို့သွားမြင်တာအဲ့တခုပဲသွားမြင်တယ် it's a narrow definition that haunts them that creates fear အဲ့ဟာYouTube ထဲမှာလည်းအများကြီးရှိတယ်နော် YouTube ထဲမှာstress management mindfulness for stress management compassion for stress management အဲ့ဒါတွေချပါချပြီးရင်လေအဲ့ဒါနားထောင်ပြီးတော့ like လုပ်အဲ့ဒီရှိတယ်မှာကြည့်လိုက်ပါမယ်ဗျာအေးမေကွန်းရှိနောက်တော့မေကွန်းတစ်ခုယူမယ်နောက်ဆုံး Hey, me shit also in bone is a chap now. A Columbia bit annual, gonna annual. Go long I so chat and a simpia.
Simpia.
Yaku.
Yaku.
Pew. Yeah. Hana kudo. Ila kudo. Bhawana kudo. Ikudo kamu. Yep, on su chang. He had to be Dodi. Dhamma chanda swampi. Mimi kaunchu. Mya kaunchu. Toye. Hey, both are yet 9 Japasi. And Yaku. You Udo alo e. Yakubawa. Shishibawa. Osajato. Me apa. Apo. Dhama. Imyonya daga. Sata yue. Set the bone. Le Jacobo. Winia. Ukita. Tokita. Tatawa. Abound to Amya. Ewe ngabai. Amya Anjamama. Pijapasido. A daytime so Chapman, no? Buddha,